Learning styles refer to a range of debunked theories that aim to account for differences in individuals' learning. My name is Kwanele Nkosi, and my type of learning style is a visual learning style. This type of learning style has to do with seeing things in order to learn them. This learning style can take many forms, from spatial awareness, colors and tones, and other visual information. Visual learning examples include watching a video or in-person demonstration of cooking a meal, looking at a graph to understand statistics, writing instructions on a whiteboard for people to follow, and more. Visual learning focuses more on what we can see, so anything that is looked at or watched is part of visual learning. And to future OPV students, I can say that I have been utilizing the visual learning style simply because since we have been studying in an online environment, a lot of things were much easier for me because I was seeing them instead of being just told or just hearing them. There were PowerPoint presentations that included pictures, images, and others included videos. So for me as a visual learner, it was quite easy for me. In explaining how I prepared, studied, and learned for OPV, I would say a lot of my focus was simply based on the visual study material, which was the PowerPoint presentation of different themes that were sent to us by the lecturers. And this is because the PowerPoint presentation included pictures, images, and spatial understanding. And that made things much more easier for me. I appreciated seeing things in order for me to learn, and this learning style made me to be comfortable in my own learning way. My learning style really assisted me during my best and my most challenging learning experiences, and I can argue that studying in an online environment really favored my learning style as it had a lot of visual study material. So whenever I had an assignment, it just became quite easy because I understood the content much more as it had spatial understanding. The assignment that related mostly to my learning style is where we had to design brains. And that is where I applied my learning style mostly since the assignment dealt with more pictures, images, and spatial understanding. And that had to be my best experience. It was very nice and easy for me to tackle the assignment. And my most challenging experience is when we have to do the quizzes. It really gets hard for me to answer them as they have no images or any supporting pictures for that matter. So it really becomes very difficult. However, at times I find a way to deal with these challenges as a visual learner. When I study, I use flashcards in order to remember key terms and vocabulary words. I create graphs and charts. I make outlines as they're an excellent organizational tool for me as a visual learner. Finding a way to deal with these quizzes has to be the best, as I really found a way to deal with them and I now pass them very well. A growth mindset is a belief that you can develop your abilities, particularly your intellectual abilities. I personally incorporated the principles of a growth mindset by applying them to my everyday life and in my academics. And because I study OPV and I now know and understand that people like me with a growth mindset believe that the mind is like a muscle that can be strengthened with use. I incorporated the principles of a growth mindset by acknowledging and embracing my imperfections, which we all have, and I try by all means to view challenges and opportunities as opportunities, and that helps a lot And if you do that, you now replace the word failing with the word learning. Simply means that whenever you fail, you consider that as learning instead of just seeing yourself as a failure, which is a very important part of growth mindset. You now say that learning from our mistake is how real growth happens. And I incorporated my growth mindset by trying all different learning tactics when I approach any challenge. And I try by all means to stop seeking for approval because I know that the pathway of learning is individual and unique. So, in all that I do, I try by all means to be myself and stick to my way of studying and interpreting things. And all in all, I take ownership over my own attitude and make a new goal for every goal I accomplish. So that simply means whenever I set a goal, after I accomplish that goal, I try by all means to create another goal that I should accomplish, and that makes me an excellent learner as I try by all means to accomplish my goals. And I always tell myself that I am the only one who can think in my mind. So I always put my best forward. And the advice that I can give to future or previous students is that they should try by all means to find their own learning styles and try by all means to stick to it. Because whenever you find your own learning style, you now get a way to tackle whatever that comes in your way. You now have growth mindset as you view challenges as opportunities. Whenever you face a challenge, you don't give up, you just see it as an opportunity. In conclusion, I'd like to say that I cultivated my growth mindset through my learning journey. And I believe that someone else can also cultivate his, or her own mind, his or her own growth mindset through the learning journey. Thank you.